Damn, I'm gonna be an old ass man, chat. No way. He says boys don't, they just impregnate. But the problem with boys, Isabel, is they can get into more trouble. Because you could have a son, he could end up killing someone, he could join a gang, he could become a drug dealer. Like anything could happen. He could bring violence home, he could be unhinged. You know, I much rather have a daughter than a son. But then again, sometimes the daughters also be doing crazy shit. That channel that Kanai always sends me, EWU in Crime Time, they be having all kinds of weird situations. Like the one where the daughter falls in love with some kid and then she convinces the kid to kill her whole family. You guys saw that one? He says, not girls. Girls can do it too. I saw an EWU where a teenage girl, she was like 17, she fell in love with some kid who was a troubled kid, right? And the parents prohibited her from hanging out with this kid. And she convinced the kid to get him and his friend to come to their house, and they killed the mom, they killed the dad, they killed the siblings, they killed everyone in that bitch. And I'm just hoping that my daughter's as strong-minded as me and Bailey, and she doesn't let anybody influence her, because that shit made me scared, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. The worst part is she had a good family, and her dad was like a cool dude from the videos that they showed in the EWU. He didn't really deserve that shit, bro. Well, she says, even though I'm 14 and have a long way, what's recommended age to have a kid from your point of view? From my point of view, you want to have a kid before your 30s. No cap. No cap. Because if you get too old, you're cooked. He says, hell nah, girls run dads into the ground. Look, my thing is I got to figure out how to balance it out, chat. Because I don't want my daughter to live in this fantasy world that I see so many females living in, you know? This cop will be 60. Shut the fuck up. I am not going to be 60. Who the fuck do you think I am? Low tier god? He says, Welshie boy, wait until at least 25 or 30. The thing is, the age that people have kids is getting older and older and older. Chat, if you guys haven't noticed that. The age that people have kids at is getting older and older and older. And I think that in the future when AI comes out, it's going to be a different world and people are not even going to be wanting to have kids like that. No cap. He says, enjoy your 20s. No, Kanai, in your 20s, you know what you need to be doing? You need to be making money. You need to be learning skills. I say this to every single young man I meet. If you're a 20-year-old, stop chasing box, stop partying, stop doing drugs, go make money and learn a skill. Otherwise, you're going to regret it. This is the only opportunity you're going to have in your entire life where you're in control of your life. Think about it. When you're a kid, you're forced to do a bunch of stuff you don't want to do. You got to go to school. You got to do all this stuff. Once you have kids, you're forced to take care of that kid and make sure they go to school and their well-being. Your 20s and your early 30s, not even your early 30s, your 20s are the only time you have your own time. There's nobody telling you what to do, where to go. You're making your own decisions. And if you're smart, you lock in and you make a shit ton of money in your 20s. Chat, I wish that when I was 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, I would have locked in. If I had become a software engineer in my 20s, I'd already be a multimillionaire by now. Especially since back in those days, there weren't even that many software engineers at all. That was the beginning of that era. I'd have been making real bread. So don't get sidetracked, guys. Don't get sidetracked. Don't fall for the party lifestyle. Hanging out, clubbing, forget about all that bullshit. You can do that shit once you make your money. Because once you have that kid, you're gonna have too many obligations. And if you're not established, you're gonna be stuck working that 9 to 5 at McDonald's, putting the fries in the bag. And you're gonna see Scott Leonard come through the drive-thru, and I'm gonna be all arrogant in my fucking supercar. Yo, make sure you put the ketchup in there, please. Don't forget the ketchup. Ma'am, hey, excuse me. I need some hot sauce too. Thank you. Extra fries. Oh, these are not meat. These are medium fries. Can you please put the large fries in the black bag? Thank you. You don't want to be that guy, chat. Every time I go through the drive-thru, especially when I had the McLaren, when I go through the drive-thru and I see a guy who's the same age as me working that fucking window, it makes me feel bad. It makes me feel bad. And then they be asking me dumb questions like, yo, what do you do for a living? Like, nigga, it's already too late for you, buddy. Unless you're in your early 20s and you didn't lock it, you're cooked. You're cooked. The insane thing is that a lot of those guys will have that kind of job. They'll go home and then they'll fucking hop on PS5 and play video games all night. Or they'll go party with their friends, get high, or they'll get drunk, or they'll go partying. It's like, dude, how do you expect to get out of that situation? Realistically, chat. Help me. How do you expect to get out of that situation if you're not locking in? It's like the kid that we saw on Monkey App. Look, sometimes when I get on Monkey App, I want to troll and I want to be an asshole. But other times when I get on there, I want to give advice. And that kid, I'm like, dude, yo, you're not locked in, buddy. You think you're locked in, but you're not locked in. Because if you were locked in and you're on Monkey App, you would be making content out of this shit. You wouldn't just be here talking to random people all day. What are you accomplishing today, buddy? Because at this point, even today, chat, I put my investments are making money by themselves. I got a personal investment account that I opened